Please. See, first and foremost thing, that it is being recorded, so you need not write anything. You get the recorded version, play it, and with pause, you see very sincerely you watch the whole recording and you prepare yourself what we are discussing here.
Yes.
Fine? First and foremost thing is that you are appearing first time before the board. And I'm part of the system, even in outside. What the way mock sessions are going on in Delhi every year. What I'm professionally have to experience sharing with you that for the last 2 decades I have seen that candidates in general, when they qualify main, they don't take chance and they appear before number of mock session. And mock session people prefer to give feedback so that it don't give you feedback. If you feel that they did not work on it. And when so much of feedback at this point of time, you get confused about yourself and you take to heart also. And as a result, what happens? First, professionally, I am speaking, I lose around 10 to 15 candidates every year who are much more talented than those who are in ranks. But they spoil their interview because of losing originality. For example, it is like somebody told you that you shake your hips too much. It's nonsense. Because if you are giving a stony expression like this, it looks like a speaking robot, artificial. And they are sitting there, they are also there. See, this is when you will be facing them. First thing, you always make sure that what kind of environment ambience you find here in mock session. I'm part of it, even then outside. Like chairman sitting midway, two member this. Inside, when you go in UPSC, you will find there the chairman sitting here, one member is sitting next to you, one member is sitting here, or suppose not sitting there, chair is empty, you sat over there, he came from washroom, he asked you, you take that seat, this is mine. The chairman intervening, run it there, let it be. You sit there, no issue. So if you are not mentally prepared for that, you are having already programmed you are that this should be the ambience inside. You get shaken, and that too, they in general they are also aware that they are not against institute coaching. What they are trying to make sure that they should not get artificial intelligence. Boys, because just for sake of getting into job anyhow, because they are the people. When you can't play with me, you can't play with those great people. A number of times what happens, some senior who qualify, boys or girls, you talk to them. They feel nice of giving you some suggestion. But generally what they say, if you speak this way, they think that way, then they will ask that way, and you have to speak this way. That means whole thing before interview you have programmed. And when you are like hardware or software already programmed, and you went inside, it's a totally different software. Then you collapse literally. And you become so much conscious about yourself that somebody told you that you should sit straight, you should cross your hand. You are sensible girl. You qualified. Why I'm saying so, I don't know, but you qualified main examination. It's not joke. Proving among the best out of lakhs of candidates qualifying this examination, that to two multidisciplinary examinations. If you take out one question from any paper and ask any person from which paper this question was asked, it's difficult to make out. So you generally what happens, it is like a doctor. You go to a doctor, doctor is knowing that you have no problem at all, whatever. But if doctor says that you see, you don't have any problem, you are very much self-centered person, thinking about self only. You have plenty of water, go movie, enjoy yourself, have your study, nothing, go. You came outside, assistant asked you, excuse me, ma'am, please deposit the fees. You get offended. For what reason? For plenty of water. The doctor is compelled to prescribe you something so that you feel that yes, doctor is a good doctor.
He's done the job.
Done job. Otherwise, when you visit here in Delhi, every people act like I'm part of it, even then, due respect to all I'm saying. They act like psychologists. That do you have some problem in your childhood? Do you have some parental problem? How is it related right now? If it is so, suppose you are crop of around 23, 24, 25 years. Now you are a crop. It's a time of harvesting. It's not time to spray urea. Getting my point? And it is like just polishing yourself. Polishing in the sense you would be appearing before the board the way you are appearing right now. It's not. Packaging would be very good, a very nice dressing. Of course, presenting your the best there from your line of thinking, because all these are asked even about your parents. Why UPSC asks about your parenthood? They want to know making of your personality. Then they tested your line of thinking through written examination. Now there are three parts of personality, not academically, practically. Your making, which influences your line of thinking, that influences your line of communication, the way you communicate. So they already tested your line of thinking. Now they are asking you to communicate with them that whether whatever you think, are you able to communicate with confidence or not? One thing. Second, what it is, some out of box question it is. They are, they know that you are preparing, all of you are preparing like, see the very naturally this kind of interview you face, you say, good morning sir, good morning, sit down. Sometimes very I'll be coming right on this. Now take your seat. Just quiet. Now just quiet, disinterested. Because they are sitting this side, they are not really tired, they are tired also. Whole day they conduct interview. And the candidates expect that they should take interest in you. Why should they take interest in you? Because two options are outside waiting. You have to generate interest in them. You engage the board. You stay, not like out of it. Generally, you see what your personality is. I'm not a psychologist, I can make out substance. When you speak to people, it is like suppose somebody asks you, how are you? See the reaction. You stop the engagement. On the contrary, how are you? Fine, sir. Thank you. And how are you? Yeah, I'm also fine. Take off. But abrupt end is like when you stop there immediately. Disinterested kind of. And your attitude is like, sir, let interview over as fast as. Uh, let me take your lead. This is poise. And they number of times they push you to corner by asking number of factual questions and you are not able to answer. Generally you feel like that you are gone. It has nothing to do with your assessment. Basically you always try to understand the intention of the question, because the intention is like rapid fire. They're asking some factual question, asking you are not able to reply. Even then, because your intellect is already tested, but even then, they are keen to see that how good fighter you are. You are not shameless person, but you are very keen to looking at them. One conceptual questions, just I, I. It is like a battle. Your Rahul Dravid. See, he is bitten by a bowler. Why he has become legend? Very cool. He has bitten by a bowler 4 times, but he's looking at ball, one loose ball, a stylish shot, ground shot, boundary. Then bowler who bowled, who also respect him like, oh shit. And on the contrary, if you strike in a very clumsy way, then bowler will start bouncing the ball. So it is like they are asking question, you reply and see, I will come to what is visible here. That even look, you can make out what question will be asked, this. But first let me take the outer box. Outer box is like you see, it is like 92 you are born, fine. You born and India started lots of things, missile program. In missile program India started in 92. And why India was in crisis starting missile program?
Before presenting
See,
your
one more thing. Here, you're not from North section, so very good. You are tempted to reply, but this session is to make you aware of that how to, like, you don't take me for granted. You think over my questions. Suppose I ask this question, I am you, I reply, sir, after fall of Soviet Union in 1991, India tried at level best to restart relations with US because that was the only superpower dominating Union product. Simultaneously, India started getting isolated. It was question of minimum security requirement. So in spite of economic crisis, then Prime Minister Narasimha and in between, you say, in my understanding, sir, it is humbleness because you are speaking with great people. When you speak with command, fine it is, but leave space. I may be wrong. You are confident in within your limitation. So you say, to the best of my understanding, sir, and Narasimha launched that program to ensure minimum security requirement. Sometimes giving like you are full of highest order, as if you are speaking. Uh, Missile program to maintain India developed missile program to fire over someone. Sir, may I clarify, sir? If I conveyed that way, I am absolutely wrong. Let me correct, sir. I wanted to convey that missile program was a deterrent factor, sir. If a soldier is standing just holding a lathi, he would be beaten by now. But if he is holding AK-47, here, not to open, then holding a bat, it would be far more effective. So we try to ensure that minimum security requirement by deterrent factor. So in my understanding, after Pokhran II, India has got tremendous importance outside the world because in hostile world, this is the compelling situation for India to go in for even surgical strikes. Enough is enough. We cannot be taken granted. Now we have to believe that offense is the best defense. We have to. Now you see this, you engage the both, provoke the both, and they started, conversation started. Then one person, you are from Bangalore, yes sir. Uh, see, in 92 itself, India started domestic fabrication of multi-purpose communication satellite. Which organization makes it? So, if suppose you are clueless, you are from electronics engineer, then it will slightly disappoint the board. You have to say, sir, Indian Space Satellite Center Bangalore. Is it ISRO? No, sir. That is a big organization. Indian Space Satellite Center Bangalore, that is responsible for manufacturing of satellite. And 92, since 92, we started our domestic fabrication, sir. Before that, it was manufactured by Ford company in USA. We did not know that. No, sir. We developed gradually. During 80s, it was paper design and finally fabricated by USA. 92 onwards, sir, we started. How Narasimha funded? Sir, this is the leadership, sir. Despite of facing economic crisis, he funded these organizations to take country a leap forward, and things started discussing. So it is like from Bangalore you prepare, but number of candidates I have seen, they are not aware of Indian Space Satellite Center. How is it working? So they like remote sensing center. Regional remote sensing center there is in Bangalore. This is the last center because remote sensing satellite pass from north to south over India, and first center received that is Dehradun. Second is Kharagpur and Jodhpur, broader India. Then central India, Nagpur. The last is Bangalore. Thereafter satellite leaves Indian boundary. Now the question is that Bhavana, your name, surname is
Sir, I don't have something. They have initials.
Phavana. How do you pronounce it?
Bhavana.
Bhavana.
But I don't have a surname, sir. H's are my initials.
Okay, fine, no problem. The thing is that it is like bhavana. What bhavana you have, what emotions you have, like that. Are you emotional person or are you professional person? See, this is the way out of box they start from your name itself. So likewise, from what I would suggest you, to work out that in 5 areas. This is being recorded. You hear it.
Yes.
First is personal area. Personal area, you prepare about your name, your background, your background, your how do you leave your name, who put your name, mama or papa, how is it all about? So your grooming, everything. Second thing is your educational area. That is your educational area is you are engineer. But since your branch was not available as an option, you prefer to go for Kannada literature. The question is now you get ready for questions on Kannada literature, and especially you will be appearing in board in English or Kannada?
In English.
English. Fantastic. I was rather scared that what happened till last year, not a single candidate has qualified who opted for literature to language to speak in interview. Because the standing instruction inside UPSC that when somebody is not able to speak in this single line, how will they be imparted training? Training could not be imparted in so many languages. So the chairman is not interested. It's like their government policy it is. So they are saying that one Kannada expert will be sitting there, you speak in Kannada. But chairman doesn't take it granted. What he is listening, he doesn't take. So he makes his own impression and generally it is to reject. And this is the reason if you go on net and check, not a single candidate who opted for their language to appear before interview except Hindi medium. None of them. Even Hindi medium candidate only those qualified who are able to speak some English. They are able to communicate. Exclusive Hindi, no. Because you see, even that line is also written in Constitution in English. Hindi shall be official language. See, had they been so sincere in promoting Hindi as official language, they would have written at least that line in Hindi. This is it. So personal area, educational and optional area.
Yes.
Then comes hypothetical area. Hypothetical area is situational reaction. Like, have you been posted in something or not? Like that. So situational reaction kind of. And then comes personal education, that is optional. Third is hypothetical. Fourth is national area. National area you prepare like classifying issues, like social issues. Social issues like these days, like gay marriage. What's your viewpoint? Army chief said that no, adultery in gay marriage not allowed inside army. We won't tolerate it. Is he above the law? The Supreme Court says no objection. Army chief said no, we have objection. Then you have to speak in a nice way in the sense logical. Sir, every organization has its own code of conduct. So naturally, like freedom, we have right to freedom. But in army, right to freedom is very much restricted. We can't form association. So depending on organization, the head of the organization has every right to comply or not to comply. That is because every fundamental right is subjected to restriction. Whether restriction should be increased or decreased, it depends on organization and situation. Then could you get it? They are getting it. They are testing you. Are you very sure what you are speaking? You could not get it. So may I give one example? Humble submission. Yes, go ahead. Sir, normally people can visit Rajpath, but these days there's just strict restriction. No one will be allowed to visit Rajpath. This is what is restriction. It does not come under right. Somebody claims that under Article 19, one can visit any part of the country. Sir, this is not the right. It has restrictions. Restriction may increase, may decrease depending on situation. Sometimes restrictions are increased to the limit. Shoot at sight orders. Right to life and personal liberty is also gone. So this is what it is. What my understanding is. Yeah, your understanding very good, very good, very good. We appreciate it. So this way, your social area, cultural area, political area, administrative area, political area like the politics in Karnataka. Do you accept that MLA who should have been present on assembly are sitting in resorts? Now they are being hijacked. When the people representative are not able to represent themselves, how do they call themselves people representative? It is mockery of democracy. And generally what happens, Bavana, that You people are very much scared of speaking anything against government. You have always a fear factor in mind. You forget that people sitting this side have ground experience. It does it. What is my logic? You don't take me granted. Take my logic. If your father criticizes, but he gives you alternative payouts, better do it this way. Is he good father or not?
He's a good
Nice father. That is so much concerned that he does not take granted. He criticizes you. That is called positive criticism. Any sensible man can. Even UPSC asks a question like that smart city could not be realized in India unless there are smart villages. Does it mean UPSC is criticizing the government? No, it's a positive criticism. But unless you have smart villages, smart city won't work. People will come to smart city and it will be more slums in smart city. How can city be smart if there are more slums? So, and if you simply criticize the government policy, you don't have any alternative, then it is negative criticism. And if you neither criticize nor appreciate, you are unconcerned. You are not fit candidate. Got it? So, whosoever speak whatever in Marxism, somebody would say, don't criticize government policy. You are going to work under them. Going to work under them, chairman would say this way, your kind of officers will pick sandal of chief minister. When you are so scared of speaking against the government policies before joining the system, what will you be doing after that? इसका remember the body don't you see disgust. You please answer. And you start sweating a little. My God, all your preparation I lost. It is not me, sir. That is, it is all part of because they want to see you'll be able to face heat of administration or not. Because administration is a very stressful job, and you should be a very good stress manager. That you are sitting a district collector, somebody is like this, some call is coming from political master. What hell are you doing for the last 2 days? I directed you and you are not doing till yet. It does not mean you also stand up and start shouting. One deputy, one second officer is sitting there, who's asking, Madam, this happened. You can say, Arey, yaar, tum log pagal kar doge. You can't do that. You have to be a very good stress manager. You say, similarly, files are piled up. The assistant is coming along with some more files. This is, and you are coming out of office in the evening. You are a bit exhausted, but then emergency call came from control. But Madam, such and such now. Even then they want to test you, especially since 2013 onward. See, after change of pattern, multitasker, I'm really proud of majority of candidates of my 24/7 job. They have not taken district charge. Even you do Bangalore, Annamalai, there is one deputy commissioner taking charge. Very tough man is. But he's very well balanced. Tough as well as taking care of the subordinates. Lots of, I mean, just everything. And I would say, it's generally we claim that we are the godfather of successful people. But you see, very simple. If we are godfathers, we are equally responsible for those who are failures. We don't have that gut feeling to post all the photographs that these are the people who failed the economists. We only project those photographs who are successful. Nothing succeeds like success. So this is Delhi. Here it is Yamuna. And I'm not criticizing it, it's a positive criticism. You go, but restricted more. Don't take too much more. And even if you take more, because it is like taking dip here, where you will get moksha, you don't know. You will never get moksha. And taking so much of feedback that at the end of the day, you started feeling low. And yeah, naturally. And don't you think that if everybody has negative, you sit this side, you will point some negatives in mind. But it is high time for you that you think over your positives to cover your negatives. Eliminate your positives, aura, elegance, to cover up your negatives. They will try to look at your negatives. Let them look at. They will appreciate that your negatives are so properly covered. Even you or religious. You can criticize Lord Ram. Why did he leave Mother Sita at that point of time? It is half or half full. It is your attitude. Getting it? So take mock session, but you prepare this way. Personal area, education, optional area, then hypothetical area, then national area, further classified into social issues, cultural issue like triple talaq, sabrimala, animal sacrifice, chalikattu, cock fight, etc., etc. Political area like the way politics is working, administrative area like why administration, why and you people are so keen to become IAS and IAS topper is resigning. What is this going on? You'll say, and if I'm you, I would say, sir, it's a very good sign what I'm thinking that this kind of people are joining politics. Don't you think it's spoiled the money of the government by having training and all? Sir, I beg to differ. Papa could be using larger words. That kind of person will be sitting in term of minister tomorrow. An IAS officer will feel proud of taking his dictation because he knows the ground realities. So, present political master, you don't respect? Sir, I did not say so, sir. But yes, sir. Today, politics is not that decorative word, sir, in India. We will, if you say, sir, that you, Bhavana, you look like a politician, I may feel low. That why did you say so? And if you say, you look like an IAS officer, I feel very delighted. Why is it so if somebody say I look like administrator, I'm happy, and if you look like politician, I'm unhappy? It is got
That
it?
is because the what is attached to their work.
Yeah. So you don't have respect for a politician. Sir, I did not make any blanket statement. But if I say you join politics, then good people should join politics, good talent should join politics. Sir, politics is based on election. I am better suited for selection. Selection is based on abilities, but election is still based on caste, community, reason, religion, and to some extent money, power, and power. All politicians are like, sir, very sorry, sir. I'm very sorry if I'm communicating that way, sir. I'm not taking blanket statement. Have all politicians like that, the system would have collapsed, sir. Still, there are good people in politics also, but unless your kind of talent join politics, sir, our kind of talent joining politics but getting through this corridor, had Shah Faisal joined politics directly, nobody would have bothered. Who is this? Because today he is the highest topper and he joined politics. Don't you think it is opportunism? Sir, opportunism to serve the state, to serve people, it's a good. Using opportunity for personal sake, why is a personal? No, sir, I did not. It's not personal. He is, could you get it? And the way I'm also speaking, I'm not active. You know it. I'm speaking on bottom of heart. And what I'm speaking, of course, I'm professional because of that. Yes. If suppose you are chairperson and you are crossing me here and there, but you won't be able me to deviate, oscillate. You may deviate me, you can't make me oscillate. Because I know what I am speaking. I am not cooked by anyone. I heard everyone, but I speak based on my argument, which will stand there. Getting it? Even if see you are good car driver, but don't you feel number of times that you are suppose your friend's car it is, you are not that confident because might be some mechanical problem or might be you scared of that if there is some scratch you will feel bad. But in your car it's your car. So when your thought, your arguments are yours. And if you take import lots of that may spell to disaster. And the question would be like out of box, like you went there, then you say, good morning, sir. Oh, good morning, sit down. Then how did you start your day, Bhavana? And like this. You never prepared in any question. Then what was your breakfast? Sir, suppose whatever breakfast you had, what was breakfast today?
Today I had paratha.
Paratha. It's good that you at least shifted from Southern Indian breakfast to Northern Indian breakfast. You like parathas.
These are like,
Huh. See, still on your face it seems like slight reluctant. Should I or should not? For a fraction of a second came on the face. Maybe wrong, I'm not psychologist.
okay, so that it because it is something which is unexpected.
Huh.
So I should not keep my mind in a proper frame or something. I should be open to answer any question.
Yeah. You should not. It is like what happens when somebody give you too much of suggestion. Instead of presenting your own, you present the suggestions, which will not work because the person who gave you suggestion is sitting outside. Getting
Yes, sir.
it? Speaking about encounter and having encounter is different thing. We are putting bulletproof jacket around you, all head, and asking, Bavana, see this way. You have to take this. On ground, you have to face only. That if I say that, Bhavna, you first open fire in order to make them feel scared. And you went there, you opened fire. On the contrary, they were clueless about your position, they got your position. Getting it? On the contrary, you are applying your mind on ground that you ask your nobody should. Thereafter, what I mean to say, you decide. Listening to all, but don't listen to too much. Too much of silver line spoil Ganga.
So in your opinion, like how many notes per people, what should be the correct number and where should I go? Because I'm new to this place. I have just now moved in from Bangalore. I came on January 7th.
Huh.
And I'm completely new to this atmosphere and environment. Whatever I have seen, I have just read the newspapers as of now. And my current affairs also, you please guide me, sir. Like apart from the newspapers, what other groundwork should I do for my current affairs? And how much smokes are suitable for me? Because I have my interview on 21st of February, sir.
25th or
21st of February.
21st. See, first thing is that 1 week before interview, you stay with yourself. 2, 3 things. One second. First thing, I am part of the system. You think over my suggestions and recommendations also. First is that you are new to the place, that's fine. But this quality has to be in you. Because tomorrow you might be in Manipur, you might be in Tamil Nadu, where even in Tamil Nadu you may feel problem because people don't speak any other language except Tamil. So this is very good quality that you have to adjust yourself. But if you, I suggest you, you don't take more than 5-6 mock sessions. And even during those sessions, you be very the best you present, and whatever feedback they give you, you do homework over there. Is it acceptable or not to you? Because those who are sitting this side, it is their job. You let them do their job, you do your own job. Every suggestion won't be acceptable. It should not. Like suppose your friend told you, you make knots of hair on this. That looks nice. You decide. If you feel that you look nice, graceful, this, yes it is. But don't say you who are you to. This is not. So likewise have mock session, meet people, and these days in Delhi, because see this question, you came to if I return to breakfast, what it was, paratha, right? You say, you know, Haryana is known for parathas. Delhi is known for parathas. And why do people, especially in southern India, prefer fermented food? Now, you are from electronics, but you hardly bother because your area is full of laterite soil and red soil. And laterite soil, red soil in southern India is iron containing soil. Iron containing soil is having digestion problem, constipation it causes. So it's a complete inherited habit developed, fermented food. The fermented food are light, easy to digest. That has become your staple food. And because of that, that fermented food is very popular in northern India. Sambar, vada, idli, dosa, upma, all available here. because we are in real soil. We can digest heavy items also. So we have no problem in fermented. And northern Indian bati chokha, churma bati, heavy parathas, bajre ka roti, makke ka roti, sarso ka saag, all these are not available in southern India. It is not that you are rejecting food. It is because that is not suitable to you. Getting it? This is what is called out of box. So अभी आजकल क्या करो? You go to mock session. If your friends are here, meet them, and even they are also protagonists, and all of them like attending current affair session. You now it is time for your personal affair, not for current affair. Who is going to test your current affair? Already tested in many examinations. Now it is like, suppose, say, ask a Sabrimala, the priest is saying that he will purify God because some woman entered. God purifies with us or we purify God? If priest is purifying God, better priest be worshipped. So why it is Kerala, like a state, such an educated state, is fighting with ignorance? On an issue of women they are fighting, what it is? Then you have to defend. You say, sir, even in terms of literacy, with due respect, I would say, sir. So the parameter what I have read, that literacy is like knowledge of literature, knowledge of letter. That is literacy. If someone is able to write Sita Devi, counted as literate, in spite of the fact, if she is asked to write Rama Devi, she is not able to write. This is the way we have made literacies. So you don't have respect. It's not respect, sir. It's a question of that's a high time. When India is moving so fast, it is high time to revise all those inherited parameters which seem to be relevant. As per the parameters, the literacy parameter, annual book says that up to 7 years of age, the children are taken as illiterate. You go through it. And all you have through Google search. Don't go any book, nothing, no magazine, just your mobile. And these days, even here, some good people like you are typing on YouTube, lectures on interview, Barack Hussein Obama, and we Americans know how to come out of crisis. We have been in crisis in 1930, we have been in crisis 63, we came out because you know how we can. This is good preparation. Instead of taking around a here, at the end of the day, you will get depressed. Coming back to the room, and somebody saying this, somebody saying that, somebody blasting you up. You are from Bangalore, no? And you don't know about what Vijay Mallya issue is. इससे क्या मतलब है बैंगलोर तो विजय माल्या से क्या मतलब है विजय माल्या डिफॉल्टर ही इज ऑफ कोर्स and then British court is asking about British Malia that we will not expedite till we see the condition of the jail. He says it is since he is British citizen also. So a British citizen, being a British citizen, he will not be. How can ऐसे करेंगे जैसे you are fool. You know, you have prepared politics, you have gone through constitution. A person can be citizen of any number of countries before becoming citizen of India. But after becoming citizen of India, if you take citizenship of other country, you have choice. Even then you have choice after 2003 whether you leave Indian citizenship or continue. So he is British citizen also. And because of being British citizen, in a expedition, British government has the right to put conditions because their jail conditions are far better than our jail conditions. Our jail conditions are literally like hell. And he is not blue collar criminal, he is white collar criminal. So you explain that way. They should, because they sometimes hit you to see whether you are aware of ground realities or not. So you go for more. Discuss, go to watch movie also, go for Kannada literature, you are listening to some people. Suppose you are going for Karnataka style of music, because India has only two style of music, Hindustani style, Karnataka style. What the basic differences? Like that. So it should be, right now it's a high time for you to be a lively person, but yes, not acting. You entered inside board and the question is like this: farmer suicide in your state. Naturally, people say you always keep a smile. Do you smile? No, naturally, instead of plastic sadness, we can easily make it. Automatically becomes why is keeping on farmer suicide. You say, sir, it's. But I personally feel that it is because of mess of money lenders. Majority farmers prefer to have money lenders because there's no paper processing. Then why they are not prosecuted? Sir, now they are subjected to prosecution, but still time will take because earlier what happens in my understanding, majority of money lenders, whether in Karnataka or any state in India, they are charging 2% per month and around 24%, 25% per annum. Since it is very easy way of taking loan because of the farmer prefer to handle it. But one crop failure put them in the debt trap, two, three crop failure put them in the debt trap. And they are not caught, not prosecuted, in spite of the fact they are illegal. How can you say so? Sir, there is a license required under Negotiable Instrument Act. You study about it. On record it is because in Karnataka also there is mess of money lenders in rural areas. Majority of farmers die because of debt trap. And those who commit suicide, it is not that they are coward people. We discourage by saying so. On the contrary, a person committing suicide, a person having very high self-esteem, when he is not able to sustain that esteem, respect, then he takes that route. And that is not sudden, that's momentary, gradual it is. Heading towards depression, not able to sustain, committing suicide. It is not overnight one person thinks next morning I will commit suicide. It's not that. Then it is like you are engaging the board, and then it is like personal, hypothetical, educational optional area, national area, taking from society to culture to politics to administration to economy to technology to education, environment, geography, geopolitics, defense, and then you get back to international area, fifth area. International area, how Mr. Modi is different in terms of foreign policy. One line answer. If I would say, sir, all previous prime minister were either looking at west, looking at east, or looking at other side. But I think he is the only prime minister of India now who is looking all around, exploring next door neighbor, far off neighbor, developed country, developing country, nuclear country, non-developing country. They started laughing. It does not mean you are a fool. उनको हंसने दो ना कभी. Ambience should not be. You understand him?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I'm also just because I'm trying to make you tune like sometimes they speak in Hindi one line. You should not frown even if you don't understand. You look at them with curiosity that you will not get it. But it's of course I'm very sure. Now I'm very sure you won't frown. And see, when God or parents have already given you a graceful personality, value addition is okay. But what value addition you will do now? क्या करोगे?
Sir, कोई minor improvements, I can't do anything major.
हाँ, देखो, there is always space to improve. It is very natural. As soon as you will land in UPSC, you will be slightly formal. Don't you see? You get nervous inside board. They take it very naturally. Rather, they will give you helping hand. Then why are you getting so nervous? We are own people sitting here. You are getting nervous. Anyway, then how did you come to UPSC? Sir, by Ola and came. You generally travel by Ola? Sir, generally I travel by Ola, sir, because public transport system is, I can afford because of that also, sir. But yes, as soon as say I can afford, now you have to justify how do you afford, because you are dependent. If somebody say, like, already you planned your answer, it will backfire. If you come from bottom of your heart, honest answer, you generally don't travel by Ola in Bangalore. Do you?
No, sir, it is a public.
Public transport. Because have you been doing? But this is yes, this is part of that. That is already looking. Gap is there. You prepare, started preparing. You would say, of course, it's a mission you are doing for. But don't you think at the same time you have to justify that your parents made you what you are today? It was your duty to support your parents, and it's electronic city. You may have got offers, but you may have declined. Presumption that you won't be able to prepare for civil services. What is this going on? This is the area where you'll be completely coordinated. No, no, you can't accept it. Then यहाँ पर homework करना है. So what homework you should do? See, ethics change with time and condition. That what I mean to say, you prepare some ground also. Like you say, you have been preparing some notes for some coaching institutes. They were paying you. It was like earning and learning going together. And that way you have been at least self-financing, not able to support your parents, but at least to self-financing to achieve your mission. It's absolutely, you may not have done it. Fine? Not done. But see, ethics cannot be defined in true or lie. What is the serving purpose? The question is, suppose person of one community comes to you for shelter, person of other community is coming along with sword. Will you tell lie or truth?
I'll obviously protect him.
By telling lie, nobody came here. Fine?
Yes.
Likewise, hacking is unethical. You never taught hacking in your engineering college, but ethical hackers. How are they ethical? Because they are serving national interest. So out of box thinking, this is called. Why generally they are dropouts? Because they are the people who play with computers. They don't go by the rule book of computers. And so they don't enjoy the kind of education engineering colleges. They want to play out of box, which professors don't allow. And so they drop out. But they have become more valuable for the nation now. They are given that what kind of payment they are made? Sir, cash payment. What it is called technically? Sir, vote of credit it is called. So it's expenditure on intelligence, which is exempted from audit. Good. You thinking of you would be electronic engineer, they will be asking in electronics, they may be asking, but these are the questions. If I am in the board, suppose I am leading the board, I would say, Bavana, you tell me, how will you maintain communication system inside deep jungle? What kind of tower you can use? It is called eco tower. Now Naxalites are operating by eco tower, anti-Naxal operations. What is eco tower? Solar powered tower. You put tower, one transmission tower. Transmission line is not there, but you put solar panels. At this tower work for some time. And then transit camp of security forces here. Security forces protect the tower, and tower protect the security forces by keeping them in the network. What is called eco tower. So eco towering, comprehensive, now it is e-border, integrated comprehensive border management system. So what I mean to say, your dam, this is, things are clear before you. At the same time, some harsh question. Harsh question is like, Kannada literature, you would say, sir, how will you use this literature, knowledge of literature in the administration? You keep justifying that you have literature, this, is not acceptable. If I'm at your place, again, don't take me granted. I would say, sir, have the optional of literature will not available, I am not able to exercise it. It is question of level playing field, sir. It is in education system, sir, it's a closed career system, where if I am taking science, I can take arts, sir. I can pursue masters, but if I am BA, I won't be allowed to pursue MSc. That is closed career system, sir. Here, the UPSC, the competitive examination, open career system, where I am in electronics, but yes, I am going for Kannada literature. Horizon is open. So since it is open competition, sir, I thought of the area where I can deliver my best. I have literature, I have interest in it, and I proved it also by qualifying it. But I think so that General study concept of general study is what I've got multitasking that I can use in administration very nicely, but I don't think I'll be able to use communal literature in administration anyway. Now you decide. On the contrary, I am fighting with you that since I have knowledge of literature, sir, so I'll be able to correct yourself. Knowledge of language is helpful. Literature is not. Literature is science of language. And then for the literature is India having linguistic provinces, linguistic states. Don't you think this is the reason that language, lingual fight in India? Tamil people started fighting, but we should have Tamil Nadu, Kannada, we should have Karnataka. Is it good? Sir, any criteria cannot be fulfilled. On the contrary, sir, language criteria was far better because even today IAS, IPS officers are trained for their language. If someone is coming from UP in Karnataka, Kerala, he is having training for Kannada language. Naturally, he is not taught Kannada literature, in my understanding. He is taught Kannada language, to speak Kannada. So, sir, language one way divides society, but language unites society also. So, and this was one UPSC question last year, that how is language criteria for a state support national integrity of India? You remember that question? It was in paper one. Ah, fine, you go through. So, the only thing is, uh, when you hear me, you prepare about hobby. Hobby also, everything, like starting, even I would ask you some of your roll number. You say, sir, 9, 13, 15. Now come 21, altogether it is 3. Right? It is 3. Now, since it is 3, they'll be asking you that some people have an idea, like on digit they start asking that 3, is there any importance of number 3? You say, sir, it is like called 3 Dev, 3 Murti. So it is like Trishul, sir. You never thought of. But suppose this question comes in interview. It does not think you are shivering. And even if you are shivering, they take it very naturally. That you are taking examination very sincerely, you are very passionate to get not the job, you are very passionate to serve through IAS. Let me conclude this way. You are about to be married, fine? You meet a boy who is also good, BTech and Tech Center. But neither you are straight, neither you are straight, nor he is straight. Don't you think boy is asking you, then how are you enjoying yourself? You will feel like he is a seasoned person seems to be, meeting so many girls, interviewing. And similarly, if you say, how are you? In spite of being modern, but he will take it like, on the contrary, you are slightly strange. You are from Karnataka? No. You want a boy from Karnataka? No, no. I simply asked her because I was curious to know which state you are. She said, I'm from MP. How do you speak so fluent Kannada? I'm always Kannada. See, is it good or that is better? So, still, first thing is, you should be as natural as nature is. Don't try to play with the ball. Let them do their job, you do your own job. Result could be amazing. And you will find number of candidates coming out of the board. Hey, yaar, I answered all the questions. It was not a single question I left out. What happened, yaar? Kya number I will. It is nothing doing with question answer. Now, on the contrary, you will find some candidate coming to you. They asked me about breakfast. They asked me that fast is Gandhian means of non-violence. These the people are sitting on fast, political blackmailing the government. So my breakfast to fast, fast to Gandhian, Gandhian to non-violent, non-violence to political blackmailing. My God, I was totally lost. I could not answer the questions. I was absolutely sinking. See? This is nowhere, this is not part of coaching. This is also training in coaching I'm giving you. The coaching will not pay. You have to be, coaching will not pay does mean what? Like they said together, we have made lots of efforts here. But see, I would say right now I'm flying out today. I'm not doing any obligation to nation. I'm trying my level best to give back to nation by preparing the future administrators of India. But yes, at the same time, it's a passion. I'm also having sometimes blood coming out of my throat because of speaking. I will land there, the people will be literally stark people like waiting. Ki sir aa gaye, now interview. But it pays, provided you take all things, but I put before you, this is your dinner. You nicely say, sir, I won't take it. I don't want to spoil it. Could you get my point?
Yes,
This.
so I had another question. Like I had an insecurity about my dad because my dad is not all that kind of powerful or something like how like my friends or people who have graduated from IITs who have worked and all that. I was told that your dad is not strong enough, so you would not.
One line answer. Tell you. Firstly, who told you? What is the meaning of powerful, deaf, or not powerful?
So one of my friends, he's a senior.
Fine.
He's currently working in IIS.
Forget.
So
One line it is. See, tomorrow you will be IAS. You speak, you have been thinking of IAS right from early childhood. People will accept you. Nothing succeeds like success. One line answer I will give you here. Had anything been powerful for UPSC, have you ever heard any provision that one is IIT Kharagpur topper MTech who was exempted from prelims that you write straightway main exemption? Have you heard a single case? Be sure, not a single case. Which means what? It means whether you are topper or whether you are third division. In my career, candidates have been third division and got topper because UPSC ऐसे रख देती है कि forget what it is. This is paper tiger you are. Tell me real tiger you are or not. So had it been so, what is meaning of powerful death?
so that was the impression that I had. I in fact felt very low because of it.
Now you got it the
Yes,
point. Even if had you been IIT Kharagpur topper, on the contrary, you'd have been facing heat a lot in board because you set the benchmark like it. And thereafter, the first question they ask you, good, gold medal you have. Do you know about that gold is the real credibility of economy? How India evolved this much of gold and today we are having gold on the scheme, such a large scheme. Finish? Gold. It doesn't work. On the contrary, and the candidate not able to reply, they feel disappointed. And on the contrary, the person is third division, break in education, and then qualified main exemption. It is their benchmark. They are asking you, why so poor academic record you have? Sir, I don't want to generate any solace in that in the person. That was because of the adverse environment I was facing. But I came out of it, I'm very proud of it. And my mission was to get into civil services. I qualified and I'm before you. How will you react to this answer? ऐसे मत सोचो इसलिए मैंने कहा ना कि डोंट टेक टू मच ऑफ सीरियस आईआरएस हो गए तो दूसरे कंटेंट पार्ट को नए पढ़ के डिफाइन करना शुरू कर दिया दिस इज व्हाट आई सेड इवन आईआरएस टॉपर doesn't make any sense to you. You are unique in yourself. Have self-respect and it's not artificial. I don't take me granted even. I have given you a very strong argument. Had there been any respect or special treatment for paper tigers, they would have been exempted from writing prayers. But all have to write prayers. Even if those who are coming from MIT Boston, they would not say I am from MIT Boston, see my record. You please forget it. Our examination is different. You write it, you qualify, we will accept you. Don't qualify, go back. Got it?
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Thank you.